I'll tell you what.
Sometime new game, old game. Is.
I know what you're. I know what you're trying to say.
Sometimes it's a game is game.
Nope.
But it's not an old game because it is new. But it is old game.
You heard it here
How
first.
did that happen?
Do you know what it means? No one does.
Quentin here. I'm fine, babe.
This is Ethan. I'm gonna go. Don't worry, Devin's here. This is Todd. Let's rock and roll!
Welcome to the Power Up Brothers Podcast.com.
We have our own website.
We are our own website.
Yeah.
We are our own website, and our points don't matter, and our voices all sound the same.
Mm-hmm.
And we have opinions about video games.
All
and other
four of
things.
us finally here.
Yeah.
For the first episode
For the first
ever.
time ever. It's the last episode.
And let me tell you something.
Reunion.
But we're not all here.
Oh, poor Harrison. It cuts to the scene of an empty chair.
Can we play the death
Oh,
sound
so
from Mario,
sad.
Super
We
Mario
can.
World?
Yeah.
Poor Lakichi.
Yeah.
How
all
come,
alone.
here's the thing. Since we can't get the normal configuration going, we've all had very unique episodes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was the me and Harrison and Ty episode. There was
Last
the you
episode.
all and Chris episode.
Yeah.
Good.
Right.
Right. Uncle
There was that
Chris.
secret episode where me and Harrison filmed it with several rival members of a gang.
Oh, right.
Did you all hear about?
No, I didn't. That's a
Yeah, I saw
Patreon
that.
exclusive.
We used the
Patreon.com.
space.
Power
There was
Brothers.
There was two local gangs that were fighting,
Right.
and they actually agreed to have people on.
Yeah.
Cool.
We didn't talk about video games.
That's why I didn't show up on the channel.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Record it.
You also
It was
didn't record
interesting.
it, and it didn't happen.
We left the
Yeah.
lens on.
Yeah.
What can I
So we got to
say?
do things.
Just a
audio
fever
only.
dream.
Guys, how you been? How you been doing? Guys?
Great.
Oh, just
Been
great.
hanging
Life
out?
Just
is a waking
peachy.
nightmare, and every moment is horrible.
Yeah.
No, the Virginia sun has kept us warm while the rest of the world freezes. I'd say rest of the world, northern people above us are freezing.
Right.
A friend of mine in New
Walled
York,
all of it off with a
Yeah.
big ice wall.
You don't know.
a friend of mine in New York said that she had that they got snow today, and I was like, oh well, it's currently 67 and sunny here in Virginia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah,
Cool.
So if you're in New York, we're very sorry that you're freezing right now.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're in,
Us Southerners feel pretty good right now.
well, let me tell you something. The Caliphate of New York, I'm gonna say, is a pretty good place to live right now.
I don't have any time to talk about the cows of New York or whatever
Right.
you just said.
The fate
But-
of cows in New York.
Exactly. I
No.
don't have time for that because we've got to talk about
knows?
the fate of video games here today.
I'll tell you
do.
the fate of video games when they open up the government video game stores.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot has been going down,
Yeah.
which means I want to know what's up.
If you guys are still here, you made it further than 98% of all of our audience. Most of them dip out in the first 11 seconds after Quinn opens his mouth. So congratulations for still being here. We love you. We appreciate you. And we know you love and appreciate us. And you know how we know you love and appreciate us? You go down and you click that subscribe button because you know it helps a little channel like us out to get subscribers. And maybe you even give us a like on some posts. That you all are doing your due diligence. We see it and we appreciate you for it. Good job.
That was exactly 45 seconds before you say anything else. Any other offensive thing. Guys, welcome to What's Up. I'm gonna start us out. Ethan, what's up?
What's up? Well, we got some strange news that is probably good. I mean, it's all good.
Right.
Will it matter? I don't know, but it's interesting.
Sure.
Do you remember a little game called Hightail?
Oh yeah, I do remember
The-
it from 20
It's from 20,000 years ago.
Yeah,
yes,
right,
correct.
right,
Correct.
It was originally slated to release on the Super Nintendo
I assume.
in the Bronze Age. Right?
I think legitimately though, wasn't it 2017 or something?
Yeah, it's been a long time
Yeah.
since they first started. It was this attempt at kind of making something similar to Minecraft that wasn't trying to do the same thing. Hytale was trying to be like...
It seemed like a more gamified Minecraft. Like
Yeah.
it was more
It had
objective
bosses
to
and like
it had bosses. It also had like film modes and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like it was meant to be more interactive and a lot more, like you said, a lot more of a game. It had a lot of buzz. It was real big, and then it went real dark for a long time, and then this big studio came along and kind of seemed
I think
to
it got sold to Riot Games.
It did get indeed sold to Riot Games.
and just
same people
kinda-
that bought Risk of Rain.
No, that's Gearbox.
This
Gearbox.
Though I did think about that. That like for some, there must be some connection there. That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I thought that.
So they then just said like, we're canceling it because it's become too much of a money sink and it's not going to live up to its.
After a bunch of delays, it didn't come out when it was supposed to, and then they delayed it, and then all of a sudden they were just like, actually, we're just not making it.
Well, on the 17th, they announced that they are selling Hytale back to one of the co-founders. It was a smaller indie studio. He's already rehired a bunch of people from the original studio.
That's good.
And he's picking it back up. Cool. Riot says that like they're, they made this decision even though they claim they had higher offers. It seems they seem to insinuate that they had higher offers, but they weren't confident that any of them were.
It's not true.
Were going to like put the same amount of effort in as the original creator. That might be true. It might not be true. Probably, but given the buzz around it, I think, especially because they took such a PR hit by canceling it, it kind of balances it out a little more if they're handing it back to the original creator.
Right.
But yeah, so he's taking it over. He's confident that he'll be able to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's very interesting for a lot of people following like that scene in gaming. Hytale was a pretty big deal, and the weirdness around it, the kind of roller coaster of the confusion that has been swirling around this game for a while. It felt like that we were at the end of it, and now we're suddenly back in the middle of the like, okay, it's back, it's being developed again, which is good, but it's being developed by the same people who are developing it, which I guess is good, but are they going to finish it?
So
or is this going to just go back into development nightmare?
So you're saying that they were working on this game and then they stopped and they done hightailed it out of there?
You are correct.
Is that what you're trying
That's
to say?
Now they're
what the
hightailing
game
it back
meant the whole
Hightailing it
time.
back. Wow.
That's pretty cool. It's one of those games where it's like it's not that old, so like a revival is strange to call it, but that's it. That is what it is. It got sort of like a second chance at life.
Yeah.
I'm curious if it's too little too late. Minecraft has changed a lot over the past 8 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And like Minecraft has added a lot to it. Not everything Hytale promised, but I'm curious if a game like it would have done better if
there is a
came out
survival game that is also like Minecraft style. It's all cubes. It's called Vintage something. I can't recall. Let's see if
You
I
mean
can find it.
Dinkum?
Dinkum? No.
That's it.
But it's this
I can't believe you brought that up. I can't believe you brought that up in front of me. You brought up Dinkum after you know how much Dinkum has wounded me?
Dinkum coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, Dinkum.
Yeah, it's called Vintage
Dinkum.
Story.
Man.
And it was made kind of around the time Hytale was like kind of falling apart. And it's just come out pretty recently from what I hear. And a lot of the people talking about Hytale are talking about how like, it would have been impressive back then, but Vintage Story has done a lot of the same things they wanted it
That's
to do.
the problem.
It has like boss fights. It has a more solid progression.
If your game's
it has-
derivative of anything, you've got to jump on whenever the game is big.
Yeah, you have your kind of have your moment.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what they can pull off. It's going to be interesting. I think it's good that it's went back to one of the original creators. That's good. At least it means it's for people who are really like dedicated to this. That's excellent news. For the rest of us who are like more casually watching this, I'm interested to keep an eye on it. See what happens.
Especially if it comes out in like years from now.
Yeah.
Like, will anybody care? But so I'm going to do this real quick. Ty, can I use your timer? I forgot that I have to time everything so that I can know. look, this is when editor Devin needs to move this. Harrison said he's running a fever.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm not going to make him record if he doesn't want to.
Thank God I never see him.
So, so just throw it to whoever you want to. And
All right. So, well, Ty, what's up?
I've already talked about what's up. Not that you would know, Devin.
Last week doesn't count.
Last week doesn't count. Well, the biggest news of last week was, of course, the Steam Cube, the Gabe Cube, as everyone has.
That's actually a
named
pretty great name.
The Gabe Cube. We now have a tiny bit of more info that it's going to be priced like a PC and not a console.
Yeah.
So
which is not the most encouraging news.
Not So
yeah, because I wonder if he means pre-built, which are not terrible. They're like you can get a Dell pre-built for like $500. It's not a good computer. I'm not saying it's good, but who knows what PC price?
Case?
Yeah, I mean, what, $500? You want to play the original Doom and watch videos in 480p?
No,
actually,
You get some frame drops on that Doom.
actually, yeah.
But so that's the only additional information we have beyond what we talked about last week. I know you were considering getting one if the price was right, and technically the price could still be right. Gabe, we know you're a big fan of the channel. Do the right thing.
It's like
friend of the channel, Gabe. Let's have you on. We're gonna get the extra strength chairs. Okay, come on in. All right, hang out with us if you want. You can take us to your pleasure island off the coast of New Zealand, and we'll go scuba diving together. Isn't that something? Doesn't he have a scuba diving company? Right?
He bought a yacht.
No, not the yacht. He's a billionaire.
Like a fleet of yachts.
He's a billionaire. He does this. I saw an interview with him where he said something to the effect of like, "Well, now that I'm a billionaire, all I have to do is answer emails and go scuba diving."
He's not wrong.
And so I want to go
know
scuba
Steam
diving
is a
with
private company. It's not a publicly traded company. That's insane.
That's crazy
for its size. Yeah. But you were saying, What else do you have?
No, that's basically it.
Oh, great.
That's pretty much it. I just wanted to follow up. I just wanted to follow up on last week's information with the tiny fractional amount of information. That
I love the Steam controller.
Yeah, the Steam controller looks nice.
It looks like the same frame as the Atari Jaguar controller.
It does. It's like the same overall
square
shape.
bottom. Yeah, it just doesn't have it doesn't have a literal phone dial on it like the Jaguar.
But, it has the modern equivalent, because the modern equivalent, it would be a touch screen.
A trackpad.
And it has trackpads.
Yeah, that's true. No, it looks cool. I might get it if the Steam machine is $1,000. I'm not.
Did hear something else.
Oh.
I wanted to ask if anyone had any more
in the
information.
Steam realm.
No.
Oh, just changing the subject.
Just changing
altogether.
the subject altogether.
Just taking ties. What's up? We're back to Ethan. What's up?
No, this is a question of what is up. Can anyone tell me what is up? I had heard that Bloodborne got a remaster announced.
Did it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, the editor me is looking it up now.
I figured you guys would be out ahead of me on this.
Ethan's either really smart or not.
Getting everyone's hopes up.
Actually, I did hear something. Maybe it was a leak.
Honey, I fell into a
the
deep
Bloodborne
slumber.
remaster has been leaked every month for the past 200 months.
I fell into a deep slumber after our last podcast, and I woke up 30 minutes before coming here.
You were asleep for a whole week.
I was asleep for a whole week. So you want to ask me about the news? You don't ask me about the news.
Yeah, no, I don't think that question was directed at him.
No,
by any
obviously
means.
not. Obviously not. But no, I've heard nothing on that front, and nothing reliable. There will never be anything reliable. Give up the dream.
I will say that my urge to buy a Steam machine will be much harder to resist as soon as someone on Etsy makes a GameCube case for it.
Day one.
Let's cut to this point.
Okay, here we go.
That's what I saw. The 10th anniversary, they are releasing a full soundtrack, like a collector's edition soundtrack to Bloodborne, which has seems like, neat if you like it.
Yeah, I've never heard
Weird,
any
they're not-
tracks from Bloodborne,
Yes,
but it could be cool.
yeah, no, it's good.
So Bloodborne.
That's what they did. I know they had a big milestone that they had just reached. It was the 10th year anniversary.
Isn't Bloodborne stuck on a console?
It's owned by like 4 different people is what I heard. It's like Square.
It's PS4, so you can play it on PS5.
Oh, so it's not like a PS3 game. It's stuck.
No.
Well, Ty, who are you going to toss it to?
Me.
Ty, start talking.
What's up, me?
Yeah.
Nothing, me. Thanks for asking.
You have 2 people to pick from. So.
Quentin.
I'll tell you what's up.
Wait, hang on.
He hasn't asked you yet.
Why are you writing stuff?
Oh, that's not you. Can't ask him that.
Yeah, you're
Hey, don't
right.
read that. No, don't read that. Don't read that.
these
Those
are
are
real?
topics.
What's
Those
up,
are topics.
Quentin? What's up? What's up with your topics? What's up about anything?
Well, now that Sonic and the Secret Rings is real life New York, we've got a lot that's up right now. Okay, I'll tell you what we got up. Okay, I watched I watched a YouTube video. Okay,
I'm not
Your
familiar with that
first
website.
one.
Congratulations.
I watched a YouTube.
Excuse me,
video.
I'm not familiar with that website.
Yeah,
Please
what is
explain.
this? Please explain.
It's
what
a
is the
website
details.
where podcasts go nowhere and we make no money despite
Yeah.
being promised it.
That's not true.
So listen,
Half of it's not true.
here's what happened. I watched this YouTube video.
Okay, right.
And I don't want to do that. I don't like doing that. Okay, but I
Yeah.
watched it and it was about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Cool.
Okay? I had flashbacks so bad,
Right.
I woke up screaming every night. Every night.
While watching
Right.
the video, you woke up.
Every night for 27 years.
Why did you watch that
And
video for multiple
I
nights?
watched it every night.
Yeah.
Okay? I watched it every night and I woke up screaming
It's
each time.
immersion therapy.
Crazy.
Yeah, to get you over your
crazy.
fears.
Did not
And the
work.
reason is that Big the Cat is in every moment.
Mm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Of
He-
life.
He's in every moment.
Right.
All you have to do is mash the A button. Okay? If you mash the A button,
Right.
Big
Okay.
the Cat will show up.
I'm pretty sure that's Sonic Adventure 2.
When I learned that Big the Cat will show up,
That's any game.
They put him in the background of a bunch of cutscenes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, but you don't have to mash the A button.
When I learned, you have to mash the A button and he'll always show up.
Hmm.
I was so frightened at the thought. I looked at the A key on my keyboard, I threw up, I passed out. What if I clicked it too many times and he'd show up?
Like
Oh, no.
sticky keys.
and
Yeah.
what if he showed up
Mhm.
outside? What if I forgot to put the turbo button off on my controller? I hit the A button, Big the Cat shows up,
Yeah.
right?
I don't believe he has a turbo button on his controller.
It has a turbo button. And the
Of
point
everything
is-
he's just said, that's what I don't
That's
believe.
so bad.
so
That's what I'm questioning.
that's
pretty
what
unbelievable.
happened to me, and it was
Incredible.
frightening.
It was horrifying.
It was frightening. The thought of Big the Cat outside my door, sort of like slurring his words as he tries to get in through the broken
Guys,
glass. I mean, it's a
Guys, give me the over under on how likely is it that this is just Harrison, not Big the Cat.
It's 100%.
That's-
yeah.
yeah.
Slurring words, trying to get in there,
Yeah.
always looking for Froggy.
Showing up when you press the A button.
That's
yeah.
Harrison.
I mean,
That's
and he
Harrison.
likes to fish, but he's
Sure.
bad at it, right? And I mean,
I can confirm
He
that.
is Big the Cat.
he's Big the
just
Cat,
big.
But
it
Harrison's
was-
not big though. Harrison's very small. You guys,
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Here's
The
the
viewers probably don't know this, but Harrison's a small man.
Yeah, he's 4'3".
Yeah, he's not.
So I mean, I measured him. The thing
Yeah,
is though is that
regularly.
but if you took Harrison and you put him in Photoshop and you just like dragged the corner, right, and then you turned him purple,
You made him big.
he's darn near identical.
You turn the opacity down to half, and you
Yeah.
bring over a picture of Big the Cat. It's 1 to
It's 1-to-1,
I
and so
see.
that happened, and I was, I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't get over it. I still am not over it. I just wanted to watch videos of cute Chow because I like the Chow Garden.
The Chow Garden is dope.
And there wasn't a single Chow. There was not a single Chow.
They I really do feel like the Sonic Adventure was like, hey, let's make a bunch of marketable characters.
Right.
We have Sonic,
Yeah.
and then we had Tails, and then we had Knuckles, right? All of our
Yeah.
characters are so marketable. Let's just make all of them all at
Right.
once,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And so they throw out Big the Cat. And immediately there's regret, and in the next game they don't even acknowledge that Big the Cat exists, but they do.
In the next game, they managed to make some marketable characters.
That's true,
and
they brought him back for Sonic Heroes.
What is Big the Cat? He is clearly some kind of eldritch demon
that can just appear anywhere,
who is just everywhere, everywhere, and he's here to just haunt you because no one else sees him.
Oh, and it scared me so bad when I learned that if you bash the A button and he shows up, people in the scene will notice him, but they're too frightened to say anything.
Are you familiar with?
They'll like turn and like look as he walks by, but they treat it like a specter.
Are you familiar with the final battle between Rouge and Knuckles? The Big the Cat appearance in that.
I saw all the scenes, but I don't recall all of them because I was kind of like hiding my eyes and crying. So
I think I've pieced it together. It was like a compilation video of all the times Big the Cat
and
shows
get
up.
this. Here's the thing. I always have new realizations about this franchise, and something I realized that made me nearly vomit was when I realized that like Big the Cat, they're all naked, right? Except for Amy Rose. Amy Rose, she's
what about the gloves?
The gloves
she's not
and
naked.
The shoes, yeah.
So Sonic the Hedgehog, he wears shoes
and
right? and gloves, but otherwise he's Neanderballing. I mean, they're right out, right? And they drag behind him, right?
Are we playing the same game?
I'm not really.
I don't give
guys, I thought I figured out what he was watching. I have no clue now.
And so, you've got all these nude characters.
Me and him, when he says Sonic the Hedgehog, is he talking about a different game than what I'm thinking?
So, but here's the thing. So it's all disgusting. It's all disgusting, right?
I agree.
It's disgusting. It stinks.
Whatever that is you're talking about, it's horrible.
Sonic the Hedgehog is the only video game you can smell. Okay?
Not the only one.
So it's already gross. But then I had a moment that was I had to go to the neighbor's house to vomit in their bathroom.
You really didn't have
to. And they didn't want me in
there.
there.
To go to the neighbor's house, you had to eat their SpaghettiOs so you'd have something to vomit on.
It was bad. So here's the thing.
Yeah, the sheriff disagreed with that line of logic.
Yeah, you have to. So
I had to.
You think the have to she needs to be removed from this.
When I realized that Big the Cat wears
could be anywhere?
He could be anywhere, but no, he wears a belt.
He does.
He wears a belt that keeps up no pants at all.
Well, he's got like little pockets for fishing.
So
equipment.
he's just got a belt wrapped around his bare waist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Full of nefarious pockets.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay. And he
just like
wears
you when
that.
I get in the shower.
He wears that every time he shows up to you.
That's true.
Every time he shows up to you, he's got this filthy belt on.
Well,
and it looks,
you're adding adjectives to this.
It's just like, there's sort of this idea of like he's more clothed, but he's more indecent at the same time.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Imagine.
What you're saying is the clothes draw attention to how indecent.
Yeah, because if a crazy guy runs down the street naked.
Yeah.
Right? It's not as bad as if a crazy guy runs. He's got jeans on, but he's perfectly cut the crotch out.
Guys, I get the feeling Quentin's never going to throw it to me, so I'm just going to tell you guys what's been up.
What's up, Devin?
I'll be brief because we talked about Big the Cat for 8 minutes, which was insane.
So sorry.
No, so I'll tell you first about a little quandary that I'm in, where like I'm perpetually waiting on things to come in the mail. But for some reason, maybe it's the time of year with the holidays and stuff coming up.
Yeah.
But companies have just decided they're not going to give you a tracking number. They're going to be like, hey, I'm getting ready to send it to you. Stop worrying. We know you ordered it 6 months ago. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So the two things I'm waiting for right now are actually in a similar vein. I'm waiting on my Analog 3D. Analog finally released their long-awaited N64 console. It's like a 4K FPGA technology. A bunch of reviewers have it. I have a YouTube channel. How come I don't have it?
Because we don't review things.
No one likes
I have exactly 1% of the size audience as those guys.
That's
but come
enough.
on,
Why they didn't even send you 1% of the preview
they didn't
build
know.
of this thing.
So I'm waiting. Supposedly it's going to get here in a few days, but who knows? I'm excited to play it.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
Bring it on the pod next time. We'll review it.
Yeah.
Right. Lots of settings.
Bring it on the pod. We will smash it to pieces live on camera for content.
That would be great.
What's funny is I also got a great opportunity to buy something recently that's normally in the range of about.
Is that how you justified it to your wife?
Yeah,
No.
let me tell you.
A great opportunity, hon.
No. This episode is the first time she knows about. No, no, but
She doesn't watch this.
it's normally $800. I got it for much less than that.
Yeah.
It's called the I don't know the exact name, but it's by a company called Retro Tink, and it is an FPGA.
Yes, you can't say
Yeah.
that. That's racist.
That sounds racist.
there-
What? You
now.
cannot-
There's just
you
one.
cannot
there's
say
just
that.
one letter.
He literally said that after I wrote big Chinese on the back of this piece of paper. I cannot
How
believe
am
you.
I? Yeah,
that is big
that's-
Chinese with a Star of David underneath it.
once-
I cannot believe.
For once, I agree with Quentin. We can't all afford to be offensive. Like one of us needs.
I
to
mean,
be
you need
there.
to go
So
to
I'm
prison.
just gonna-
You got to go
Big
to prison for that
Yeah.
one. Oh my
What is
God.
it?
What did you
No,
say?
yeah.
What'd you say?
So it is
Oh.
basically like an upscaler for retro consoles, and you could argue that it's so advanced and it's so insane. It came out about a year ago. It's so advanced and insane that like I might not actually need the analog 3D
Oh,
because it has so many settings for upscaling games. It can take
yeah.
like an RCA signal that you plug into it, and it can like not only upres it to 4K, but it can
Yeah.
also emulate CRT effects.
Oh.
So that like the things that kind of naturally happen, like the weird jagged edges it creates,
Yeah.
it can interlace the photos at like it can utilize 120 hertz to make a 60 hertz signal that has black frames in between
Yeah.
that give that smoothness that CRTs had. It's insane.
That's cool.
And I'm excited that I got it. I have heard the analog 3D has a lot of its features because
Yeah.
they're both FPGA technology. So I'm waiting for both of
Nice.
those.
Cool.
But,
Very cool.
but in addition to that, while I still have a little bit of time, I want to talk about Kirby Air Riders.
I know. I haven't had the chance to play it.
It's good. It's real good. It's like the old Kirby Air Ride. It's
Listen,
super fun.
we talk
it came
about people
out.
who never
It did.
miss.
Did Metroid come out?
Not yet. No.
We talk
That's
about
in a
people
few
who
weeks.
never miss.
Right.
Mass Hero sacrifice on it.
He can't miss.
He can't miss.
He can't
He's
miss.
Pretty.
Yeah.
I
Never
will
made it.
say
Pretty much always
Kirby
great.
Air. If you're going into Kirby Air Ride hoping it's as like deep and rich of an experience as like Mario Kart with lots to it, it's not. Like it's more of a like it's just a more you'll hit the ceiling pretty quick in like what you can do. It's super fun.
Mhm.
City Trial is really, I know it looks like it's Mario Kart. It's nothing like Mario
No,
Kart.
yeah.
I mean, the original was nothing like
original.
Mario.
It's nothing like Mario Kart.
No.
But this one has a lot more options.
Yeah.
It has a lot more features.
Doesn't it have like a story mode or something?
It's a story mode, which is
That's
pretty
fun.
cool. A lot more characters. It's
Yeah.
really fun. I think people should
Cool.
try it. It also
Give it a shot.
confirms to me that the Switch 2 era is just the GameCube era again.
Oh.
We're getting Kirby Air Ride. We're getting Metroid Prime.
Honestly?
We got a Mario Kart that's weird and that everyone's like, why'd they change so much?
Honestly?
All right, so here, then we have to make a prediction.
Where's our Toon Zelda?
That's what I was. Okay, here's what I'm saying.
Actually,
We're going. It's not. There's going to be a Toon Zelda. Here's what's going to happen.
right.
My
gonna be a
prediction
weird
is
one.
we're going to get a Zelda. It's going to look bad.
Oh,
Bad.
people won't like
And
the way
then
it looks.
It's going to come out. It's going to be real good. No one's going to buy it.
Oh.
Ooh, that would be
Oh.
very
Mhm.
GameCube.
That'd be
I
very
mean,
game.
but here is the problem.
Mhm.
People bought Wind Waker.
HD?
No, people just bought
The one
Wind
on the
Waker.
Wii
Wind
U?
Waker didn't sell that bad,
Considering
on
the
GameCube.
console,
yeah,
right, no.
compared to.
Sure.
You know what?
But
What I think
right.
the trend is, it's going to come out. People are going to think it looks bad, and then when it finally does come out and people try it, it gets such good word of mouth
Yeah,
that it is.
I agree.
It's like an instant.
And I will
classic.
say, I have to say, it's GameCube in the sense of what's coming out, but it's the Switch 2 sold
Yes.
12 million
It's
units
we're
in
clearly
6 months.
not. Yeah,
we're not talking
clearly
about
not.
performance.
You're just talking about what's
and the
coming
next
out.
one's just going to be Threes of the Kingdom and just
Threes
be the
of
same
the
map.
Kingdom.
Threes of the Kingdom.
Same map.
I'm also amazed.
Just sell 2 trillion copies.
I'm going to close out my point by just saying that I'm amazed that we have talked so little about. A friend of mine was talking to me about Hyrule Warriors and how much he loves it.
Yes.
And I'm like,
I haven't had that much opportunity to play it because
Yeah.
I've been trying to get somebody to play it with me.
he's
I did,
calling
though.
you out.
He did.
That's what's
We
up.
played a little bit of it,
few-
and it was incredibly fun to play a Warriors game at a stable frame rate.
That's
So
what he said. That's what he said. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was shy. I was having an out of.
He said it's the most beautiful game on Switch 2 yet.
It's 30 frames per second, but it doesn't even
Right,
matter because I've
right.
never played a Warriors game over 15.
Yeah, right.
So Zelda Tears of the Warriors, right?
Right.
Is this new game
Yes,
that came
correct.
out. And I understand
Age of the Tears of the Warriors.
Don't you play as a dog in that game?
Probably.
Isn't
I haven't
that-
gotten that far?
I think you play
He's a goat, right? He's more of a goat.
Isn't there a dog in that game?
he's
No.
he's
got that dog in
He
him?
looks like a goat.
King Rule? King Rule,
Wrong.
first name High?
Yeah, King Hyrule.
Yeah.
And King Hyrule.
I forget his name.
He's like a big
Rauru, right? He
Yeah,
he has
it's
Rauru.
Ridiculous. He's Mr. Hyrule.
Row, row, row,
Mr.
row,
Mr. Hyrule because he's not a monarch.
Yeah.
Play as Mr.
Yeah,
Hyrule,
she made an honest man out of him. He's
Yeah.
Mr. Hyrule.
Here's the
Hyrule.
thing.
Right.
The game, the disgusting vile creatures that were in Tears of the Kingdom, the
Right.
ones that
The
the ones that laid down with human women,
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Right.
This delves
Oh.
way more into that.
right?
I think
They name all the sages in this who were just
Oh,
unnamed
and they show their faces,
NPCs.
right?
They
like, take
do.
the helmets
yeah.
off.
Right,
And they
but-
also have voice actors in this.
Their characters.
Wouldn't,
But are we
wouldn't
not-
it be cool if Tears of the Kingdom
I'm
had
100%,
that?
I would have loved to
I'm
have known these
100%
characters.
convinced that some of these cutscenes were actually recorded for Tears of the Kingdom and then cut
Oh,
out.
really?
But-
Because
yeah,
the like
okay,
game
sure.
direction.
Yeah. This
is-
one's
in
canon too, right?
Yes. In
Yeah.
most Warriors games, the game direction is fairly basic. Characters'
Right.
movements are kind of basic. And then every once in a while, it has Zelda high production quality cutscenes.
They Nintendo just
that
sent
was
over
not
to them,
taken
yeah.
from Tears of the
Okay,
Kingdom. It was
sure,
clearly
right.
like
Well, Ty, you need
Okay.
to play it so that next week you can tell us what.
I'm sorry,
gonna
but
make
but
it
why are we still
Okay.
just forgiving that there's these dog guys and
I
they
have
and
I have
reproduce to create Zelda?
I actually have a theory about that.
Well, tell us
And
next
we'll
week.
tell it-
Like a
Well,
dog
with the
guy
what's
gave
up.
birth to
or,
Zelda.
or put it just in the topic bag. Just say Ty's going to rant about his theory
I'm about to
the
rant
Zonai.
about my
I'm
theory
gonna
about the
make a- I'm
Zonai,
gonna
and it's
write a
going to make a
topic
shocking
real quick
amount
about
of sense.
this.
Well, guess what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, hey, audience, viewer, what's up? You tell us what's up down
Tell
there
us what's
in the
up in the
comments.
comments.
We want to know what's been going on with you
Tell
this
us,
past
are you
week.
playing Kirby Air Riders?
Please say yes, because it's a fun game. You should
Someone
try it out.
should.
It's really fun. You can do whatever you want to in the custom like star creator, whatever you want.
For good or evil.
Half of this podcast will rat you out. The other half won't. I want you to try and guess who's
Yes,
who.
take a wild guess.
Try
as
and
to
guess who's
who
who.
the snitches are.
But now we go to
no.
the legendary,
Oh my.
Right.
the new.
News.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Topic of the week. Guys, if you want more Power Up Brothers content, head over to patreon.com/PowerUpBrothers so you can get exclusive videos and the most exciting one, you get to add topics to the patron topic bag and become a Power Up pal. Guys, I'm excited. We have our first Power Up pal.
Oh.
A fella that you might know named Omega Omelet.
Omega Omelet.
Omega Omelet. So Omega, if you're watching this episode, go to our Patreon page because you get to put one in here. You get to be the first guy.
Omega Omelet. And you aren't just Devin with an alt account paying himself.
No, certainly
Wow.
not. No, Omega Omelet has too many subscribers for me to be.
That is true.
Hey.
I wouldn't be
That's
slumming it
great.
here with you guys if I had
That is-
600.
Well,
That
very
is a
cool.
good
That's
point.
been one of the things I've been really excited about.
I'm excited.
really excited.
I'm excited. Omega, go put your topic in here for next week.
Yeah.
And if you want to join Omega as a Power Up pal, go to powerupbrothers.com.
Yeah,
/.
right. We'll read whatever you put on that paper.
But because we don't have any, we're going to go to our lame topic bag that's just our topics.
Ugh.
I hate
I hate that shade of yellow.
I hate
even.
Power Up Brother topics.
I know.
Well,
I want-
because it's
I
written
want
by one
Power
of us.
Up pal
Yeah,
topics.
it's meaty claws with power.
Yeah, I don't want. I'm sad Harrison's not here because I was going to say mischievous claw today. I always come up with a different descriptor.
Get him next time with it.
Yeah, I'll get him next time.
How come
with it.
I never get to fiddle around in there?
Your hands are too
well,
sticky.
Because Quentin, you
We also don't trust you.
watched the Big the Cat video.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready?
Your hands are too clammy.
Whoever wrote this forgot to put his name on it.
It's probably
so-
Oh,
mine.
it's that's
so who
me.
knows?
That's me.
Well, no, we don't know because you didn't
Okay,
put your
well,
name on
sorry,
it, so we don't know.
Let's
it could be
see.
literally anyone.
yeah, it could be anyone.
We'll try to deduce it from
In fact,
context clues.
in fact,
I'll let
actually,
you
I'm gonna
read
say
it
that it's
so
Devin.
that because
Yeah,
you
sure.
got to.
In case we don't know whose it is.
for no reason.
All right. This one I think could probably be Devin's or Ty's,
Yeah,
but it might have been
the
Ethan's
context
or
will
Harrison's.
reveal that it's probably
It could have been
me.
Harrison's.
Let's see.
It also could have been producer Harrison's
Let's
or
see.
Uncle Chris's.
Possibly.
Hideo Kojimbo won't stop liking erotic fan art and gooning to cosplayers and streamers. How can we stop him? We have to stop him.
Guys, I wrote this one. I'm very concerned about Kojimbo.
I mean, before I got off Twitter, my whole Twitter feed, it was just filled with, it was like slash art with like Sam and the villain.
I'm pretty sure you're not following the real Hideo Kojima.
It was, no, I followed a fake account and the porn on my feed went down.
Oh wow.
It was incredible.
He had more restraint than the real
and it was a porn account.
It
still went down.
It still went down. It was a porn parody account. And the problem here is, is that I didn't agree to this kind of thing, and I like that kind of thing.
But you didn't agree to it.
But I did not agree to it.
Right.
This is the thing is that the effect was achieved, but I didn't ask for it. Right?
Right.
And that is Hideo Kojima Ipter-dupting me in real life.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's
okay?
True.
Yeah.
It's true. And I don't...
did the hell out of you.
I don't appreciate that.
Here's the thing.
How do we stop
There's
him?
a scale of freak, right? And it's a bit of an Ouroboros. There are people who are like so aggressively normal that they're a weirdo, like they're super weirdo,
right?
And they must just not realize it because they think they're so boring and normal. The one thing that's weird about them must be incredibly weird. And then there's like your average people are on the normal scale weirder than that person, but it's the Ouroboros. It's back at the extreme ends, right? And then you get to like people who are like secretly weird, and you get a little hunch that they're a little weird.
Right.
And then there are people who are like unapologetically weird, and they're just being weird. And then there's Kojima, which I call aggressive eye contact weird.
Yeah,
right?
He'll scan your feet and look you right in the eyes while he does it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I have been barraged with with screenshots of Kojima's online escapades and antics. And let me tell you something. That man is on a different level when it comes to saying weird things.
Yeah, no, Kojima
he has a
has
superpower.
Yeah.
For it.
He's a bold guy. He's a bold guy. And here's the thing. If he would just keep that in his home, I wouldn't worry.
No one would be mad.
If he was just like I scan women's feet to collect them, but I don't put them. They're on a hard drive somewhere.
They're not in my games.
I'm not posting them.
That's somehow worse.
I'm not posting them.
I think I've flipped on this one.
No, because here's the thing. It's like, okay.
Are they aware that he's scanned their feet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He pays them.
Okay.
He pays.
See, some say that feet scanning is the oldest profession.
There was
No
a
one
thing
says that.
where Stephanie Jutson, she played the character Quiet. She did an interview that kind of got popular recently because she said that they were doing all the motion capture, and Hideo Kojima was like, "Hey, you need to take your shoes off and lay down," right? And he had her like lay down so that he could like scan the soles of her feet,
Okay.
right, and put that in the game, right? And she was not told beforehand that would be, on the docket there.
Right.
And so he's over there and he's like digitizing her into the Tron world of perverts.
We didn't
right?
tell you this was part of the
And
game, but then when she got there, he's got the handheld foot scanner.
Yeah, and
It
it looks like a
5,000.
foot bath. It's just that it's a foot scanner.
yeah, it's just
I think maybe I'm okay with the amount of Kojima games that I've played. Then I've played Metal Gear Solid, the original. I played the Game Boy Color one.
right.
That's the end of the list.
Babel. But here's the point. How do we stop him?
There's a really great.
That's a good question. How do we stop Kojima?
So,
guys?
How do we stop Kojima?
No.
I don't think you can.
No, you can.
No,
So
you can.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. There's always a way.
Here's the thing, right?
No more
Okay.
feet. We just get rid of all the feet.
Chop
So-
all the attractive women's feet? That's a horrible plan.
Well, we have to do everyone. You can't single
No.
out attractive
Okay,
women.
Ethan, let's hear
You're
your
all thinking
plan.
about it wrong.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. You're thinking about it like, oh, we could stop the source, right? Won't work. He'll find something else to be weird about. We could stop the man. Won't work. He's unstoppable, right? So what do when you can't stop the source and you can't stop like the target, right?
Give up.
Mm-hmm.
So French psychologists actually figured this one out.
Oh,
They
boy.
figured it out
That's
because
exciting.
there were these pockets on the internet of people who were like giving advice to anemic teens of like how to not eat food. And it was getting kids in France, in some serious health problems,
Sure.
right? It's very serious ones. And so Facebook tried to just ban them, right?
It never works.
Or just ban the language they used. And they would just change what they said. And if you banned the biggest group of them, they discovered this thing called the tube of toothpaste effect, where you squeeze a tube of toothpaste and it just goes extreme to the other ends. So these smaller, more esoteric groups suddenly just blew up whenever you banned the middle one, right? You can't stop them that way. So they figured out a better way. They created a space where people could go and post and feel like they were talking to someone and they were talking to no one. And what was happening was they quarantined it and then created a fake version. We create Twitter Gear Solid.
Okay.
It is a social media app that everyone's on, and we download it onto Kojima's phone, and it's nothing but yaoi furries that look like Metal Gear characters, right? And he can post on there all day long and harass VTubers that are all AI generated and don't exist, right?
Yeah.
And he
This
will
might be the only
feel
ethical
like
use of AI I've heard so far.
Right.
he will feel like
Okay.
he is publicly being a weirdo, but none of us
don't have to
will be
see
able to access it so that we can't screenshot it and share
Right.
it. It just exists on his phone and he thinks it's there. He is effectively stopped at that.
Gotcha.
Okay, here's my
like
solution. Here's my solution
Quentin's
personally.
solution?
Okay.
Right.
We take Hideo Kojima's cell phone with Twitter on it, right? And we put it in that office from Severance and we only let him use it while he's in there, right? And so he goes in there and he's like, he thinks he's tweeting, hardcore fan art, but in reality, he's in an office, and when he leaves, he will not remember anything. Right?
You will drive to work one day. Not you, because you don't drive or go to work.
I don't know.
You will drive to work one day, and you will see Kojima, Big the Catnet out here with spray cans, and he will have sprayed.
We're mashing A to get him to appear.
Yeah.
Right.
He will have spray painted the underpass to be the Higgs feet pics that you are trying to
or like
Well,
Raiden's bum.
You can't. Yeah,
right.
you can't.
His
You can't
wide
do
hips.
Can't do it.
Well, I'm just gonna say,
I actually, my solution is
Oh, go
we
ahead.
should should all like aggressively tweet how his games are really fun to play.
Yeah.
Give them all like really high reviews and talk about how like they're just super fun, like they're an enjoyable experience, and that'll demoralize him
Right.
because he didn't create a game that
We'll
caused
talk about how
suffering.
much we like it when other people remake his games without him.
Well, you
right.
know, I mean, it's a
and then
big-
he'll
it's
get
a big
no,
problem.
nothing suffering. We
Oh,
have to
I
we have
see.
to be enjoying ourselves
I see.
because of him, and then he'll get so demoralized he'll hide from society for a little bit.
Post how
That
good
makes sense.
Ghost Babel is.
yeah,
right.
Ghost Babel was super
That's
good.
right.
Well, my Twitter queer is solid.
Oh.
Okay, so
And on
it's
that
gotta
note,
stop.
guys, how do you want to stop?
How would you
Hideo
stop
Kojima?
Hideo
Stop
Kojima?
him.
Tell us in the
Stop
comments.
him.
You have to stop him, but how would you do
I like
it?
how we're
Wow.
talking to
Right.
people, but this didn't make it to the episode.
Nah,
so
there's no way.
no one's
Probably
there.
not.
Welcome to Topic of the Week.
Patreon.com.
Yeah.
Patreon.
Yeah, go to Patreon.
All right.
I think it was a good,
All
it was a
right,
good
give
one.
us
Oh,
another
a
good one.
Devin
Good topic.
question.
Oh no, it tore.
That's
We'll
fine.
never know what it is now.
This is from me. Elements of gaming that go unnoticed until they're missing, and it ruins the game.
The
Okay.
background.
I feel like we all got frog boiled on one. And
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's obvious, but I feel like everybody but Quentin got frog boiled on this.
Okay, right.
Okay. I've never been frogged in my life.
Hideo Kojima
From-
frogged me on Twitter.
The end.
Okay,
We're back to
so
the
to
old
speak.
topic.
So to speak.
Late, like 2006
Yeah.
Okay,
onward.
right.
Menus got and UIs got real bad.
Ooh, that's a
No, that's
good
all
one.
kind of just went. Oh,
That's
they
a
do
really
so much
good
more. They
one.
load faster. They do this,
Yeah.
and Quentin's over here furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
No,
he's
I mean-
Every
Yeah,
console's
I mean-
main
Freak about
UI
UI.
is worse
I'm a-
than it used to be.
Yeah.
garbage.
Well,
Dude.
games that do you know what
Games
you know
are
what
worse than they used to.
popped into my head
Game-wise.
is that I've been recently replaying through Metroid Prime 2,
Oh yeah.
and it's such a cool menu. It's
Double
like
S
a
tier.
it's
Yeah,
like
it's
a
really
it's like
good.
a sphere with like lines coming out of it, and you rotate the sphere, and the lines it like highlights, and it's so cool.
Yeah, it's infuriating to use at some point.
It's kind of hard to see, but it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what game? Like as soon as you said it, Metroid Prime 2 popped in as the good example that we loved. That we were just like, this is neat, and then it went away hardcore in the first EA Battlefront. Do you remember when a Star Wars game just had like white text
Yeah.
that like glows like yellow?
Yeah.
When you I couldn't believe that they literally just
Yeah.
left it on default Unity font
Yes.
for the menus. I was like,
when
this
you
is
pause,
insane.
when you pause, and the game just like goes a little blurry, and a like black gradient just
Oh.
appears with a list of options.
I want to vomit. I want to literally
like I
vomit.
literally think that like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are some of the greatest games ever made.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, they have absolute nonsense levels of bad menus.
It's so insane.
The menus are so bad.
When you like go to attach something to an arrow in Tears of the Kingdom, and just a giant hundreds of that you have to go through single. It's not like listed like this.
Yeah.
It's literally just one at a time that you just have to
It's
scroll.
insane.
I was like,
It's
I was like, the
insane. I can't
gameplay
figure it
just
out.
stopped.
Yeah, and
Like, we
you know they
just
know this,
stopped.
and you know they know this
Yeah.
because in so many other areas they keep things flowing and they're
Yeah.
very intuitive. And then when it comes to menus, it's like they hired some consulting firm that could come
Yeah.
in
The shield
and do them. Now,
in both those games, shields have a number in the corner, and it took people like hacking the game to figure out what that number even means.
right,
Because it does not. If you guess it right now, go into the comments and guess what the shield number means, and you're probably wrong.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's insane.
I will say there are games out there, of course, that have good menus.
Sure.
In general, I'm going to say it, and we'll see. We'll see coming up if this
Oh.
continues. I actually do think Metroid maintains a good menu.
Oh, absolutely.
Metroid Dread has a good, simple, clean UI.
It's
and
fun,
menu.
yeah.
But it still looks like
It still looks vintage.
well, and it looks in like universe. Like it looks like something that's
it's
in
not
the game.
pre-made like asset fonts.
No.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I would say that as a connoisseur of menus, most menus are absolutely miserable. They're most of them are miserable. I don't know why. Menus are an art form. Okay, I love menus. I will spend more time examining all the intricacies of a menu than I will enjoying a single minute of the game. Okay, a single minute of the game.
But they used to be consistently much better.
You know that literally
Bad games would have good menus.
Bad games,
I would
yeah,
sit around
right.
playing Kingdom Hearts and I would go through every
love
single
those
thing
menus,
of the
yeah.
intricacies of the menus, how to use the menus most efficiently.
Yeah.
I love just menus. And I feel like generally most games, they are clunky, unintuitive, they're ugly.
Yeah.
They're pointless, right? Even games that are good.
Yeah,
You
right.
know,
Like
right.
Baldur's Gate is a masterpiece.
Uh-huh.
Its UI and navigation are so messy that there are a billion mods.
I was just about to say,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many mods.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I recently played Baldur's Gate, the original,
Yeah.
on PS4.
Yeah.
PS4. It has great menus. Like the menus are like they look like little scrolls and stuff.
Yeah,
so
that's
I don't
cool.
know what happened.
FromSoft's menus are usually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, they're like because they're very
so
artsy.
few.
They're very minimalist. They're just very minimalist.
Yeah.
They're only kind of the things you need.
Kind of, but when you like sit down at the campfire and it's just like a list of items on the
Oh,
left side,
yeah.
that's kind of
That's
a
a little bit.
basic menu.
But the thing I was going to say also
It's
is
not
that I
annoying,
think
though.
the one that's actually really good menu is Lies of P.
Liza P
has
yeah.
a great menu.
Really good.
Yeah.
I think that like
UI is fantastic.
I think that Mario games don't get enough credit for their menus because Mario games have really like sound effect heavy menus.
Yes.
Like Mario Kart World's menus are absolutely gorgeous and they make lots of like car related sounds.
Yeah.
Like screeching tires when you go from one menu to the other. And then like the OK button is like a thing of clay that's been squished by a tire.
Yeah.
And then like when you hit it, a tire rolls across it and like drags it away. Like there's a lot of animation that goes into like Mario Tennis has like insane, really like they're more clean looking than that. But like I don't think Mario games get enough credit for that. That a lot of
They're very
games
polished.
have. Also, not being just a Nintendo boy, Ratchet and Clank has really good menus. Ratchet and Clank's menus are really cool.
Yeah.
It looks like a little like pad that Ratchet's using and looking at, which is I love when they do that.
GoldenEye? It's
Yeah, the little watch. Why don't they do that more often?
Solid.
You know, I think that can be okay,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to make it look in universe. But I would say more important than anything is the actual quality of the menu, right? Because, oh boy, it looks like a watch, but it doesn't mean that the menu
How does
is
it function?
good.
How you,
right?
Yeah, right.
You know, and
the function.
I like menus enough. I'm trying to remember. There was a review I wrote, and I think it might have been the Plague Tale review, where I wrote like 10... I wrote a review for some game, and I wrote like 10 paragraphs about the UI.
Yeah.
Right? And I had to cut myself off because I was like, I've written too much about this UI. I just love it so much. I don't remember which game it was, but you know, I just think that it can make or break a game, because if you're sitting there, you know, part of my complaint, like we were talking about with Tears of the Kingdom, is that it is exhausting. It is exhausting using that user interface. It sucks.
It's terrible, yeah.
And it's amazing.
It's the only
because,
glaring flaw of those two games is that their menus are just bad.
well, and the thing is there was all these things where it was like, people were like, look, it's so much better that, you know, they've made all these improvements from this game and, you know, from the previous. And I'm like, yeah, they did. But even when modern games make improvements on their UI still sucks.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that modern games, I think most people agree, have just fallen off with that?
With the UI. There's a rule when you're in web design, which I was for a little while, where like it's like called the 2-click rule. Nothing should be more than 2 clicks away from your like landing page. So they should be able to get to basically anything in your website within 2 clicks.
Okay.
Right. UIs should just employ this line of logic.
Yeah.
You should not have a menu that takes you more than 2 clicks to get into or out of.
Sure.
Well, and I will say
if you can help
Cultic has a very nice UI. It controls very well as far as selecting weapons. You have multiple ways to select weapons. One is a wheel, which causes a time dilation effect. That's always brilliant when they have a little bit of a time dilation for, you know, selecting things on a wheel. I think that's great. Yeah. Their wheel, you know, is about mouse movement rather than the scroll wheel itself. Scroll wheel is a second wheel. Yeah. When I first played Cultic and I saw that was how they handled weapon selection, you know, you have 3 means of weapon selection and all of them are great. I was like, you know, they suit different kind of settings.
Yeah.
I was like, this person really put thought into how to make this menu really pleasurable to use.
Yeah.
And why is it that one guy working on a game is able to make a menu that feels simple but great, and these $1 million games can't get a UI? What should be the simplest but also incredibly important part, they can't get it.
But back on the original topic, I feel like we got really far into bad UIs before it became like something that in general was a part of the conversation.
We
just didn't talk
feel like
about
the
how bad
360 Wii PS3 era, we started leaning into like kind of crummy. Like I remember the Force Unleashed UI was the first one that I saw on Wii where I was like, this is like...
Why does it look worse than Jedi Knights?
Yeah, I was like, this is like... They still went with a theme, but like it was weird that like lightning always struck whatever you were highlighting.
Yeah, it was hard.
And it looked unfinished, and I was like, that's weird. And then they started going downhill. But another element of games that you don't necessarily notice, but that I'm beginning to notice isn't there, and I think the game is worse off. Have you noticed that like adaptive music is slowly going away? Like...
Yeah.
It was a big deal on N64 that, like, instead of PlayStation that could just play music in the background, you know, if you play Banjo-Kazooie and there's a melody playing and then you go underwater and that melody, it's the same melody, but then the instruments change and it's a little distorted. And then you go, Banjo-Kazooie, like, did it like crazy. Like at Mumbo's Mountain, there's music playing in the field. But then if you go to Mumbo's Hut, it's the same thing, except there's like tribal people singing.
Yeah.
Then if you go over by the monkeys, there's bongos playing and like a monkey screech. It really utilized it. And games kept using it after that. But I'm noticing more and more that like modern games don't use it. Like
it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
It's not as common for like adaptive music. And the game, again, I'm playing through it if you can't tell. Metroid Prime 2, I noticed that like it has these beautiful, like all this beautiful music, but then you go underwater or like you go into the dark world and like the music's the same, but it's changed because you've just gone to a different area. Yeah. I can't think of the last modern game that I played that did
so
that.
This isn't quite because they weren't using as much technology to do this.
Right.
But the last time I remember like the music adapting like that and changing was in Final Fantasy 14 toward the end of Endwalker. There's a soundtrack where after every moment in the story beat, more instruments get added to the track.
Actually,
okay.
Square, so 7 Rebirth does this.
Rebirth
where
does
you're,
do,
like the music while you're walking around, anytime you come into a fight in an area, the musical track is the same as the
It's
exploration,
continuous,
but
yeah.
then it gets like heavy. And then when you go to like a little town or settlement, the musical track in some of them just keeps playing, but the instruments change to be like, and it slows down.
That's like adaptive
really
on
good.
a whole other level. There's there's no fade out and fade back in like most battle music. It sounds like one song.
It's one song,
which is kind of crazy.
Which is
that they pulled
crazy,
that off.
but in general, it is kind of rare.
Yeah.
And so
Like something that you just didn't notice that was there. You just enjoy it in the game, like a menu or like music sort of changing slightly.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it's gone, and you're like, I feel like gaming's just worse off for losing it.
I think that the only other thing I would say about how gaming is worse off for losing something is talent. People who are making them, talented people. I feel like they may have lost that. I think that might be.
Where did they go?
Where they all go? Are they
Heaven.
Kojimbo?
I thought you were
I'm
gonna say
shocked
they
by
went
that
to
negative
movies.
opinion, Quinn. I didn't expect to see that.
All right.
it's
You want me to
upsetting.
read this one too?
No, I wanna try this.
All
one.
right, give it a try.
All right.
Oh no.
Sure,
This
you don't
is
want me to read
This is a
it?
Quentin topic.
Yeah,
And
obviously.
I don't like that he was talking about it 5 seconds ago.
says
I think
wrap
he
up on the back.
I think
Come on,
he
read
wrote
it.
this.
Read it.
Nintendo made this guy who is a dog, goat in parentheses, or something, and made him, maybe it, give birth to Zelda. Why did we just forgive them for that? I don't like that we're backtracking to this because he tried to talk about it earlier.
So you fell for my plot. So there's this dog wolf.
Why is
He's
this
like
thing
a
stuck to my finger?
he's
That
like
was the only
a-
one I could get out.
he's like a goat
This
guy, right?
dog wolf goat guy, did you first encounter him on Kojima's Twitter feed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
he in the room
Is that
with
where
us
he
right
was?
now?
So he and his cohorts in the game, they came down from heaven or space, right? And they impregnated our women.
Not
Okay.
ours, but
And what happened with this? They got pregnant
Tell me.
and they gave birth to Zelda.
you're right in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Zelda's the main character of the series. Okay. And
familiar with it.
and
Go
She's
ahead.
the titular character.
that's disgusting. Don't use language like that. So be respectful. She's a lady. Okay. So the
Right,
point
Jeff,
is,
you wouldn't want to derail.
Yeah, I
this
would hate to be
conversation.
disrespectful of this conversation.
so
conversation.
these dogs got pregnant and they gave birth to a human. Okay.
Or goat.
And Nintendo wrote that into the game.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then they showed the scenes, and there was like a mech, and wasn't there a scene where they smoked, right? They were like smoking, and they talked about dragons, right?
Oh
Right.
yeah.
And that was after the birth, right?
Afterbirth is a thing, yes.
Wasn't it implied at the very least, right? The point is that
Oh God.
even
I can't tell if he's back on Kojima's Twitter feed or if we're still
So-
talking about Zelda.
There's no telling.
Guys, if we just don't say anything, maybe the topic will end and we can move on.
So
Okay.
after all that happened, even
Right.
though it was a hybrid, the goat got pregnant, but it was with a human, right?
Yeah.
And they gave birth to a human, right? They
Well,
didn't give birth to a dog
we don't
guy,
ever see their kids.
right? No, Zelda.
Well, but
Zelda-
that's like their great, great,
Zelda.
great,
so
great,
they gave
great-
birth to Zelda, but she's a full-on human. Unless you know,
Well, some monkey gave birth to you.
have we ever seen her bare feet?
Don't call our mom that.
Have we ever seen Zelda's bare feet? Maybe they're like,
Yes.
maybe she's got
Sandals.
hooves. No, so she doesn't even have hooves.
No.
Right? So Nintendo wrote
Unfortunately
that.
for you, and fortunately for Kojima, we also do know that man you're talking about, the goat man, has grippers. He's got toes, dude.
He's got toes
Yeah.
too.
Regular
Okay.
toes.
Unfortunately
So-
for you,
Yeah.
fortunately
So-
for Kojima,
Really,
and very
the-
unfortunately for Big the Cat.
The
So,
only part
but-
of him
but-
we know of that is a goat is his head.
But Nintendo. So the
true.
point is here is that Nintendo. Don't reach in that bag. Hold on.
I'm not.
The question has
I'm
not
just-
been answered.
I'm just
Kojima
going this.
made. No, not Kojima. Nintendo made
He
this.
doesn't
game.
even know where he's at right
Kojima
now.
could have.
Nintendo.
Quinn,
It's old enough.
Here's the
it's me,
point.
Devin, your brother.
Ethan, shut up. All right. So Kojima didn't make this game, but Nintendo did.
Right,
The problem here is Tears of the Kingdom
right.
is bad,
Full
right? And
Right.
it's encapsulated by the fact that this dog guy creature gave birth to Zelda. He birthed
Okay.
Zelda.
Right.
Why did we let that go?
Guys, that's
I'll
all
cut
the
to the
time
quick.
we have.
Why
tonight.
did we
Thank-
forgive
Here's
them?
what we'll do.
Why
I'll-
did we
I'll cut
forgive
to
them
the
for
quick.
Tears of the
I'm
Kingdom?
not mad at
I
them
can-
over it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll
Why
cut
did
to
we
the-
forgive
I'll
them
cut
for
to
both
the
of
quick.
those?
I'll cut
Let's
to
hear
the
it.
quick.
Let's hear it.
We didn't. Next topic.
We didn't forgive them.
No,
No.
here's the thing. They
Uh,
took the Zelda timeline.
Right.
They took it. It was squirming. It was fighting. It was begging for its life.
Right.
They put it in the dip from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
right.
Right.
And it screamed and boiled, and there's no more Zelda timeline.
Right.
So,
And then Echoes of Wisdom came
And they
out.
put it
and
on
it's
the
right
timeline,
back.
Right.
baby.
Welcome back.
that's the Rocky and Bullwinkle sequel that no one asked for.
Oh, God.
Wait,
Right.
Tears
Put
of
it
the Kingdom
into
is on
the-
the timeline?
No,
No.
Echoes of Wisdom.
Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah.
They put it. Okay, so here's the thing. They got rid of the timeline. Causality doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, we at one moment you saw Zelda's ancestor be a goat dog man, but there's no timeline anymore.
All right.
So that did both
Okay.
happen and didn't happen.
But
it doesn't exist.
sure.
I'm actually
but, like-
glad you guys brought this up.
Okay.
Are you?
No.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't think
Okay.
you
Next
are.
topic.
But here's the thing.
I-
We did.
The Legend
Yeah.
of Zelda, along with many Japanese folklores,
Mhm.
has a tradition of people when they imbue spiritual energy,
Right.
becoming closer to nature,
Okay.
actually becoming an animal,
Like
a
Link
great
becomes
spirit.
a rabbit or something. Or,
Link turns into a rabbit in the Dark World. No, wait, that was the Golden Land
Yeah.
where the Triforce resides. So there's this history
Mhm.
in Zelda of
Right.
people turning into animals,
Ganon becomes a pig.
monsters,
Yeah, sure.
because of spiritual power.
Right.
What does Raru and the Zonai have? They have a buttload of spiritual power.
That's true.
They are humans. They have been transformed.
I was
into
about to make
goat
the
people
same. I was about to
by
make
their
the same
spiritual power.
Right,
the same
but-
way Link turns into a wolf or a rabbit or
Right.
a
Okay,
little boy.
right, but why did they depict the wolf guy giving birth to Zelda?
point.
That was just Kojima's Twitter.
that was just
Yeah,
Kojima's.
that
I
was
just-
only on
that was
Kojima's
not
I
Twitter.
don't
in
think
the
it's
game.
decent. I don't think it's decent.
Guys,
you know?
I'm going to answer the question probably the most accurately. Quentin,
Yeah.
look at yourself.
Yeah.
You don't get to judge anybody
No.
about
You know-
about decency.
We know it was you that drew
We know
the
that it was
picture of
you.
Raru birthing
You
Zelda.
you got mad because none of us liked your Rauru fan post.
Yeah.
I
your,
just
your
think-
Rauru
Get
fan
down.
art.
I just think that we
no
forgave.
one liked it on Instagram, and
we-
now you're mad.
I just think we forgave Nintendo too much for Tears of the Kingdom and the
Yeah.
degenerate content therein.
well,
see.
Quentin, thanks for the horrifying topic.
Yeah.
I think we forgave
Thanks for the
Truly a
Patreon
nightmare.
exclusive.
Truly a nightmare.
Go to patreon.com/Power Up Brothers.
We got
or-
my-
or
I think you're
backslash.
very brave for doing another topic after that one.
Yeah,
Let me tell
well, I think I can feel the non-Quentin topics. Do you guys have topics in here?
Harrison
think I
definitely
have
didn't
at
put
least
mine in,
one.
but yeah.
You have
I
at
sent
least
him, like,
one?
I have at least one.
Imagine.
Let's see if I
imagine
got.
it was
Let's
or
see if
not.
I got one of.
It's not.
Wait, it's an Ethan topic.
Hey.
Heyo.
You're off the hook, Harrison.
New old game. What makes it game?
New,
Please explain.
Old game. What
New old
makes a
game.
I'll tell you what.
Sometime new game, old game.
Yeah.
I know what you're. I know what
and
you're trying
sometimes
to say.
it's a game is game,
No.
but it's not an old game because it is new, but it is old game.
You heard it here
How
first.
did that happen?
Do you know what it
Um,
means? No one
You
does. But
sometimes
you did
play a
hear it
game
here
and
first.
you're like, this is good in the way that old school
Yeah.
games.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
What was the last time you had that experience? What made it that way?
So the last time I had this experience, because it can't be like, oh man, Mario Odyssey feels a lot like Mario 64. That's not it. That it is Mario 64. It's just the newest one. The time, and I think I told you to play this, and you ignored me.
Yeah, probably.
as always.
Yeah.
No, it was a game called. Oh no, it's gonna leave my head now, because it has a very Japanese name. Oh, Bakeru is the name of the game.
That would.
Yeah, it's like
don't know what
you
he's talking about.
play as a Tanuki who
Okay,
transforms
I've heard
into a boy,
Mm-hmm.
because Tanukis can transform in
Yep.
Japanese folklore.
Told you.
But then you also take on other forms and you travel around Japan. It's sort of like a Japanese like history lesson in a game, because it's got like lots of like cultural things about Japan. But it has a lot of the vibes of the Goemon series, the Mystical Ninja, because Konami buried him in their backyard and they don't want him. He's not allowed out. So I don't think
like they did with Kojima.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then he crawled out.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know. It's made by Goodfeel, who's worked a lot with Nintendo on Yoshi games. They're making the new Yoshi whatever book game that looks beautiful that you need to watch the trailer for because it looks amazing. No, but they made this game, and it's a modern game, but it feels like an old game because it's more contained.
Yeah.
But like the movement of Bakeru is it's just fun to just like do his different flips. He has like he has a roll that you can jump out of. The way you attack, he has like a drum, and he has those little like I'm not gonna butcher the name of them. It's like a Japanese drum where they hold these two little pieces of thing. That's how he attacks. R swings one, L swings the other.
That's cool.
And if you push them both at the same time, he does like an attack. Yeah, it just feels more like an old school game, but it's not based on any kind of old. It literally just feels like a remake of an N64 game. You feel like you're playing an N64 game with modern graphics because like the world they don't care that they show you like a little level. And do you guys remember like the artistry of Out of Bounds?
Yeah.
Where like you look out and you can tell that that's not really like a sprawling forest.
You're not meant to go there.
But it's almost like being in a museum and someone made a painting of like a forest going on for a long time. They just do that so that the game runs better. It's like you can tell that Out of Bounds is just a JPEG, but it's a beautiful JPEG. Yeah. So that's why that's the most recent thing for me. And I love Bakeru. And if you play it on Switch 2, it runs at 60 frames per second with no frame drops, and it's beautiful. Cool. So go check it out. And I'm very sorry anyone who speaks Japanese if I'm saying Bakeru wrong, but I feel like that's how they say his name. It's Bakeru.
Your native
Bakeru. But it's Buckaroo.
Buckaroo.
Oh,
But what about you guys? What's the new game that feels like an old game?
I'll tell you, in this, it's a little game. It was this year called Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Really? That feels like an old game.
And do you know why it feels like an old game? Because
it was supposed to come out 10 years ago.
That's it. No, it feels like an old game in this way.
Okay.
It's got a lot of polish that new games have. It runs 120 FPS, but it feels like it was made with no consideration at all for like marketability or things people were like wanting to see. It was just made purely for the love of like the thing in the game, right?
Wasn't it made also by like 3 people?
It was made by 3 people.
That's a very old game.
And like it doesn't. Sometimes you'll be playing and you'll be like, why did they make this so? The way they did.
Yeah.
And it's so inaccessible. And then you just realize they made it that way because they were having fun making it, right?
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't feel like they thought about this is gonna sound terrible. It doesn't feel like they thought about anyone but themselves having fun with a game as they're making a game.
No, I don't think that's
what
bad.
do I think is fun? And then they made that.
And they seem to have their ear to the ground as terms of what the community would find fun as well.
Yeah, sure.
And honestly, that's usually if you make something that you would want to play.
Yes.
People who also agree with you are going to find it.
And it's like, but even great games nowadays, 10 out of 10 games that come out nowadays are very like in touch with their communities in the sense that like they're very responsive to what people want. They're thinking a lot about how is a certain kind of player going to interact with my game, and they put things in there for those players, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not the way games used to be made specifically.
Right.
And so when you have a game that just says like, yeah, that's great, I'm just going to make something that I think is fun for, just purely for the love of the game, it feels a little bit different. Yeah. And that was Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I feel like Metroidvania is a genre that like blew up in the retro and what's now considered like the gaming golden era of like Super Nintendo, PS1, but it didn't catch on. Like Metroidvania, which, let's face it, it's just Metroid games. Castlevania Symphony of the Night showed up like...
Tim Rogers said it best. He said, ever since Castlevania copied Metroid's homework and got half of the credit.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that's the thing is that, but it didn't catch on. It's not like Metroidvanias blew up after that and started appearing everywhere. So I feel like inherently, if you make a Metroidvania, you're calling back to something that was great back in the day, but that people didn't really go for.
I'm going to say what I always say whenever Ethan specifically will go, this game is actually game.
Right.
This game's actually game.
Yeah.
He mentions some kind of a survival crafter that was made for $20. It was released on Steam and no one played it. And he's like, this is actually game. Here's what I'm going to say. None of them. There's not one. None of them are old game by any means.
But are they game?
Some of them are better than others, right?
Okay.
Are they old game? No. New game is not old game, and it never will be, all right? Can new game not make me throw up? Absolutely, right? New game can make me not throw up.
It's debatable.
Metroid Dread,
you throw up a lot.
That I do, but Metroid Dread, that was game.
Yeah.
Metroid Dread was a game, yeah.
That was a good game.
Maybe the most game ever game.
Was it old game? No. It was no stop.
I might disagree. Dread specifically was old game. We all thought Dread was gone. Dread first appeared in like 2002.
Yeah, wasn't it in
Metroid Prime 2?
Metroid Prime.
Oh, 3, yeah.
Was it in 3? Yeah.
So it in 2005.
Metroid Project Dread.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say that the closest we got is Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread is pretty good. It's pretty good.
I love
Pretty
Arlo's
good game.
reaction to Metroid Dread.
The
The word, like, he's excited because it's Metroid, but then the word Dread appears and he loses it.
Yeah, Metroid Dread
I think we all did.
was terrific.
When when it just came up and said Metroid Dread, we were just like, wait, how is that real?
Yeah.
The Switch era was the era of dreams
20
come
years.
true. Yeah.
Um,
it was the dream come true era.
The game is terrific. It looked so good in 4K at 120 frames per second. I absolutely loved it.
You got
it
the
was
Switch
terrific.
2 upgrade patch early.
For
Yeah.
for your,
Several-
for
several
your bingo
years early,
cards,
right?
guys. Quentin just mentioned emulation.
It
and
was
how
really,
he's
really
had
great.
it way longer.
It was
than
really, really
everybody else.
great. And, you know, and Dread mode is so hard. I mean, it's just...
Dread mode was easy for me. Like I basically played Dread mode the first time because I never took any hits. That's why it took me 2 years to beat the game.
Yeah, right. So, you know, I think that if we're going to say that, I think that the question has a false premise. However, I'm going to say closest you get is Metroid Dread.
Okay.
They really knocked it out of the park.
I agree with
mean,
that.
I honestly, you know, I was amazed. Nintendo, they made a good game, and that's super shocking.
It was Mercury
and,
Steam.
Mercury Steam made a good
Do
game.
they not
Under
own,
Nintendo's tutelage.
Is Mercury Steam in-house? Then never mind. Nintendo didn't make a good game. Mercury Steam
The director
did.
was a Nintendo guy.
It
but
turns
the
out,
rest of the team was Mercury Steam.
Never
Metroid
mind, then.
Dread.
Sorry.
It turns out that Samus
Nintendo.
is the titular character of Metroid Dread.
Because she,
in Metroid Dread.
spoilers to anyone who hasn't played the game that's multiple years old.
Yeah.
But Samus is a Metroid.
Samus is
briefly,
Metroid now.
yeah. Briefly.
She is a
Ethan,
not
take
briefly,
take
but
us home.
Take us home.
She was already a Metroid.
So, a game I played
I'll talk to you
that
about that.
had that real old school vibe, just took me back to old game.
Yeah.
Was the game Gestalt. Yeah, it's Steam
I'm not
Sender.
familiar with that.
It's very much
that's
like
that-
Mega Man Zero is the kind of style it is. It like I started playing it when I started realizing like how the map is set up, how the game generally flows. I was like, okay, it's very clear that they're doing like something similar to Mega Man Zero.
Yeah.
But it really was the like grab bag of animations and abilities.
Yeah.
And the style and format together, where like you get a move and it's like, hey, if you hold up and push the attack button, you do a different way of moving your sword, and I'm like, is that better? Is it? And I go and test it. I'm like, this doesn't seem better. And then I figure out some weird interaction. I'm like, they definitely didn't plan on that, but it does make it better.
Yeah, I love that.
It was really fun to be like, to play a game where it wasn't where it was interesting to upgrade your character, but everything wasn't so plotted out. Yeah. That a lot of it was on you to figure out how you liked your controls to feel. that just zipped me right back to late Game Boy Advance, where games would bite off a little more than they could chew. And
I know exactly what you mean.
Would not quite. You would feel like they created a game that should have, 120% of the content, and it only has 100. Right?
Yeah,
you feel like, it was a full game, but like felt like there should have been a little bit more.
Right.
And then also like they were just doing really good animations on very tiny little pixeled screens.
Yeah.
This game had the same it had the same qualities that made for a good Game Boy Advance game. And
I feel like I've seen that game in Gestalt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun.
You played on Steam or on your Switch?
I played it on Steam.
Okay.
I would recommend like if you have like one of the little 8BitDo virtual devices, stream it to that because it would look perfect on.
Oh, really?
On like one of those. Yeah.
Like it's not available for Android. You can just stream it from like
but Steam Link is on
Steam
Android,
Link.
right?
Yeah. I'd say it's like Steam Link.
That's cool.
Is like perfect for it. Yeah, it gives you. It's got the same vibes, and I really do feel like it's that kind of dedication to like good looking animations combined with kind of grab bag feel.
Yeah.
Everything we play now in the modern day, even when it's really good, it's often like extremely plotted out. They like someone sat down with all the measurements and tried to make sure that this thing was good. And instead of just like, no, it's just different. And good is a part of that, but it's mostly just different.
Right.
And then it's up to the player to make it good or bad.
Yeah.
That was a very Game Boy Advance era thing.
Very
and
much
when it
so.
failed, it failed hard. But when it
Which
worked,
is why
it was
they
really
stopped
fun.
doing it because they didn't.
Yeah, it
want to
requires
risk
a lot
all
of
that money.
intuition.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance games cost like $20,000 to make, and like they could if they sold 3 copies, they were like, yes.
You're right.
Good topic, guys. What's an old game that feels, or what's a new game that feels old? What's an old game that feels new?
What's an old game that feels
literally
new?
doesn't even know the
I don't even
question.
remember the topic.
He doesn't even know what the question
Guys,
was.
thank you so much. If you're still here, thanks for being here. It's really cool to have you here at the end of the episode. If you guys survive to this point, which you know what, who does survive to this point very consistently, because he puts it down there in the comments. Our power-up pal, Omega Omelet.
Omega.
He put some sort of flag in the last one.
Quinn asked for an Israeli flag.
Israeli flag. That's what it was. I don't know flags very well.
Yeah.
You don't know anything very
well.
well.
It had the Star of David on it. I don't know why I didn't know that. Like, I should have known that. Anyways, guys, I don't want to talk about those flags. Thank you guys for being here. If you want to join Omega Omelet and be our power-up pal,
That's right.
go to patreon.com/powerup-brothers.
And,
exclusive videos.
Yeah.
And you can go in the patron topic bag that I keep dropping.
And
Patron topic bag.
And shout out to the Virginia Soybean Association.
Oh.
You can find their website at www.vasoybean.com.
Quentin used that. That's great.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
Guys, we will see you guys next week. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.
Potentially.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
We might
All
see
be
you.
here
Who
next time.
knows?
We'll all be in present.